Okay, what's up, Transformers fans? Tonight we're taking a look at the new Legacy Beachcomber. And right off the bat, I've got nothing but good things to say about this guy. I'm going to throw in some nitpicks just because we have to put something in there, but I'm very impressed with this character. So, let's take a look at him. Alright, first and foremost, this is how he comes in the box. We've got the little Paradise Parakeet right there. We've got the tires. Okay, so I watched Gotbot's review, and apparently these are not rubber. They're the soft plastic, like Skullgrin's swords, those kind of soft plastic. Apparently this is the soft plastic. It's not rubber. It's that. So that's pretty cool. That'll relieve some worry about rubber degradation in the future. Okay, so I'm going to try, and this is the same thing. I'm going to try to get you in there. Yeah, okay. You can see him pretty decently. I mean, it's a little foggy. It's honestly not that much better in person. But, yeah, there you go. Can we maybe get... Can the camera maybe focus? Well, there you go. I mean, there's not a lot to him, but he's still pretty neat. He's a neat little dude. We've got some blue on the wingtip right there. That may be a paint splotch from me, though. So, whatever. Okay. I believe he's got some eyes painted on there, just barely. We got just a dash of paint for the beak. So it's really cool that they put some details in this. That is really neat. And he does peg onto either shoulder, as we saw in the opening. Also in vehicle mode, I believe it's the shoulder. He can go down in there like that. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to set him aside over there. He can just chill out. And yeah, it's from the episode Golden Lagoon. Little bird lands on his shoulder and he talks to it for a little bit. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we got the head that is on a ball joint. Good range of motion, but it is a little limited by the way that the headstock is shaped. You know, not too bad. Silver paint over the eyes. Blue head, silver paint over the eyes. A little... yeah, there's a little flaking right there, but I mean, I know from experience, silver's pretty hard. Other than, it's just a little shy there on the edges, but other than that, it looks good. You can really only see it if you get the light shining on there. And I mean really looking at it, but who's gonna, are you really gonna have sun lamps constantly on your stuff? I don't think that you are, but whatever. I mean, you may, I don't know, but the silver's pretty decent other than that. Alright, so we got the shoulder joints. That is a universal. It is a little limited by the tire hitting the upper shoulder. That's a little bit of a bummer, but not a deal breaker. We've got pinned in elbows that get you over 90 degrees. So he can go all the way up to there. That's pretty cool. Can do it better on this one. The hand is on a ball joint. Or not a ball joint, a swivel. He's got wrist swivel, so that's always good. We do have the upper elbow swivel, always nice. We've got the waist swivel. These things do kind of get in your way because they go across him like this. Can maybe okay, putting that there, fold it up like this. Do we get... there we go. Okay. So alright, so this thing is going to fold from vehicle mode and fold all the way down to where it covers up on the side. I did not know that before, so I just learned something. Yay. Alright, so good waist swivel. You get 360 on that. That's very cool. We got the universals at the legs. Got plenty of range of motion here. Check that out. That's nice. We got an upper thigh swivel. We've got the 90 at the knee. And we're going to turn him around to the back. Cleans up very nicely on the back. They didn't have to put these panels in here. Look at these. Let me pop this open real quick for transformation. They didn't have to put the panels in there. It could have looked like that. But they did put the panels in there, and I'm grateful for it. That's cool. I love that. Alright. So we turn him back around to the front. We've got really decent ankle rocker right there. Nothing down, nothing up, but a good ankle rocker. And like I said, one of the nitpicks, and this is a nitpick, this is me being picky, but the seats folding up to form the heel, I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little messy. Like I said, that's me being nitpicky. But other than that, stands just fine. Gets you plenty of posability. You know, he's going to be on the feet. You're not really going to pose him like, I mean, you could pose him kicking something or showing the bottom of the feet, but for the most part, I imagine he's going to be down here. You know, so that right there is not that big of a deal breaker. And like I said, panels, cleans up, very cool, like it a lot. Okay, so pistol, looks like it's gray plastic with painted black. That's pretty cool. Some of you may want to remove the silver just to make him more, you know, cartoon accurate or whatever. We're going to bring out his original G1 copy. I got this one very recently, so I'm very happy about that. This is the original G1 Beachcomber. You can see where the little square is molded in there, but the actual legs are blue, and that is rubber tires on this guy. That was rubber back in the 80s. I'm surprised he still got his tires. It's a rare thing, right? But anyways, so, you know, you may rub off that silver if you want to. I'm going to leave it. I like the way it breaks it up. It's fine. You know, it gets a little bit more color thrown in there. I like that, so I'm just going to leave it. One more comparison before we go is I did a review on this guy very early on in my little YouTube reviews, and this guy's a solid figure, man. This Power of the Primes Beachcomber, he is a solid figure, dude. Like, good range of motion, you know, this, we got the upper thigh swivel, we've got over 90 at the knee, you know, like, this is a good figure. This is a really good figure. And I feel like the designers took this guy and they were saying, okay, how can we make this dude even better? And man, they hit the nail on the head with this one. Because some of the transformation gimmicks are still the same. You can even see, let me get it. There's that tab on the arm here that's going to plug into the side on this guy. They kept the same gimmick. There's a little tab right there, and it's going to plug onto this dude when we get him into transformation. It's going to plug into the side and transformation on this guy. Speaking of which, let's get into that. Okay, so we're going to put this awesome figure to the side, and we're going to get into transformation. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is unclip this. Where'd I put his gun? His gun's right here. That's going to come into play later. Going to unclip that. You're going to raise that up just like you would with the Power of the Primes thing. That's going to cover up the head. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and pop his arms into place like so. Going to pop his arms into place. Is that good? Has that got it? I think that's got it. Like that. Okay. And we're going to have to readjust that here in a minute, but that's okay. Then what we want to do is come down here to the feet, fold all this forward, and you're going to untab these guys. And it's tab together the legs. You can either tab them together now, or you can do the whole, like, getting them across, because you know it's just going to fold up like this. So, you know, tab them together, and then there's a little tab right there on the forearm that's going to peg into this little slot here. And we do the same thing on the other side. And fold that all the way. And the seats are a little wonky because they're going to peg into the leg here, or into the back of the hips. I don't think I've got that right. And see, getting this all lined up correctly, it's a little bit of a chore. You can't really get in there to see what you're doing, you know. But let's see if we can get that tab together like this. Let's come down here, close those tabs back up. That'll help you out a little bit. Forearms tabbed into the side. Yeah. Those seats should tab down into that blue thing, but I mean, like I said, that'll work. They're not going anywhere if you don't get them tabbed in. Just put them down. They're not going to go anywhere. So then, of course, close that back up. And there he is, mostly transformed into his little dune buggy mode. But then you take his gun, and okay, so these slots right here go over these tabs, and the little peg in the middle goes in the middle, obviously. So that will help keep the legs and everything together. And you can see the tabs going into the slots there. Yeah, that's got it. Okay, so that goes, and then it forms your little front grille to the Jeep, and not bad, honestly. Like, you can still see the barrel of the gun sticking out, but not bad. And it's got the little gray handle, but whatever. But pretty decent, man. Rolls just fine, doesn't it? Check it out. Rolls pretty good. That's pretty cool. And like I said, you can take his little parrot friend and you can stick him in the little shoulder slot right there. Let's bring out his G1 counterpart. That's going to take me like 2 seconds to transform. There we go. There's his little G1 counterpart. So you can see, get my finger out of the way so you can see the grill. So you can see, not bad. They did a pretty good job. It's got the little things on the back there, little intakes or whatever. We got the little cage right there. That's pretty cool, dude. It even's got the head right there and the head right there. That's pretty neat. Let's bring out the power of the primes. May as well, right? So let's do this. It's another one that's not going to take too long to transform. So we just tab that together. Tab this guy together. There you go. The legs aren't wanting to work with me. Tab the arms into the side slots. These go in a little bit better than these. These are still a little, because the tab is so small, but like the tab runs across the whole forearm on this one, so it's a lot easier to get in there, but that's okay. So it's got the same pull-out gimmick as the Power of the Primes Beachcomber, and it's got the whole, tab in the cage together, the legs folding over, and there you go. So we got the Power of the Primes right there, a little bit more stylized, I think. Threw some silver paint onto the little turbine things. This one's just the flat gray. I think that's a little bit, is that silver paint on that one? I think that's silver paint on this one. So, customizers out there, you may want to throw on a little silver paint. I like the silver paint on the seats. I like that it has the seats in there. This one does not have the seats because it's made to take the little Titan Masters or little Headmaster dudes. And they got some accents thrown in on the forearms there just to give it a little color. So, not bad. But yeah, man, this is definitely a solid figure. They did really well. We're going to take the Paradise Parakeet, put him over there. They did really well on this one. So let's take his gun off. Let's get him transformed back into robot mode. So untab the arms. Get those out your way. Untab this. Come back here. I guess you can split the legs like this if you want to. Got to get these tabs open. And it really helps if you have fingernails. So let's fold the legs around, untab that, and yeah, okay, so if you have the panels open, your seats are just going to go right there. So got to close the panels first, then get the seats, and they'll be held into place by the tab. Come back, squish that down, and once again, take the back grill and make sure it goes over the hips and gets on the side there. So, like I said, I just discovered that during this review, so that's good to know. Alright, get him loaded up there, get him posed out. Now let's do some size comparisons with some more recent buddies of his. So he is the new mini-bot size. There he is with Huffer. Get him close together so you can see. There he is with Huffer. So he's roughly about the size of Huffer, Pipes, etc., etc. This is how he scales with Bumblebee. Bumblebee is a little bit shorter. Bumblebee comes up to about here. So I think that's a good size. Him and Huffer head levels are about the same. Huffer's got this little back piece, but head level is about the same. So about the scale of the mini-bots. We're going to bring out his boss man, Optimus. That's how he scales with Optimus. So there you go, guys. I think that's going to wrap it up for this review. Sorry it's been 15 minutes, but anyways, this is a very strong recommend for me. This guy's really cool. Like I said, I've got some minor nitpicks, but they are very minor and they are nitpicky. But other than that, like, this is a solid figure. They hit a home run on this one, guys. Strong recommend for me. Go out there and get you one. He's pretty cool. All right, I'll see you guys next time.